Everybody, rock your body? What's going on? We are back. It is the Stanley Cup Final, our first ever Cup Final appearance with this team, and it only took until 2025. Like, we've been consistently making the playoffs. And obviously, it's not a full draft of glory. I've had the ability to make trades, and Lord knows that we did. Look at the top line, look at the second line as well. But still, it's crazy that we're here already. Now, you will see by the lineup that I have taken a certain approach. And there are a couple of different approaches that could be taken towards building these lines. You have option A, which is this option, which is going off of the best players in terms of overall and hoping that it works. Option B, go with the veterans. No matter what, go with the veterans. Even though Andre Palat's down to like a 75, put him in here, go with the veterans. And then there's option C. And option C would have been to go with the players that have been performing the best. We have Lucas Jasek to thank for the fact that we're in this cup final because he scored the Game 7 overtime winner. And then we immediately send him down. Zuccarello has been solid for us at times. Guillermo McGinnis has been on the playoff squad for the entire way. And I wasn't really sure what way to go about it, but I did go with the best overall team for the reason that it really gives us some defensive depth in the bottom six. Whether or not that's going to work out, I don't know. I mean, that fourth line is all snipers. I don't really have a playmaker I can drop, but I'm hopeful that this will work out. Like I said, it's going to be one of those things where if this works, cool, I look like a genius. If it doesn't work, well, why didn't you go with this? Why didn't you go with that? And that's just the nature of the beast, right? It's the same thing defensively, although our top two pairings are still the same. But Dean Kukin and Michael Kempney have been reunited. They do represent our best ratings possible on a third pairing. They have had their struggles at times, though, and that needs to change. But I feel like that's the general sentiment surrounding this team, is that our best chance of winning the cup is if our best players play to their best. And that really goes for every team that wins the Stanley Cup, does it not? Goaltending-wise, Lucas Park, he's going to be our guy. He is. He's our guy. Dostal, 2 appearances, 0 wins. Lukas is our guy. I mean, we've only lost 3 games. Apparently, with him between the pipes, which doesn't seem right, but regardless, that is the team that we are going with. Again, the AHL club is in a 1-1 split in the Calder Cup final against the Ontario Reign, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. But we need to look at the Vancouver Canucks and see what we are up against. Oh, God. Top line, Nils Höglander, Elias Pettersson, and Brock Besser. We have a damn good top line. I don't know if our top line can compete with that top line. That's a battle of the Titans right there. Second line, Victor Olofsson. Good God. Bo Horvat and Taylor Radish. Certainly our second line is going to have a hard time competing with the battle of the top 6, I think, is in their favor. A third line of former member of this team, Sven Berchke, of course, back now with the Canucks. Colin Blackwell and Rocco Grimaldi. And a fourth line of Drake Caggiula with Mason Shaw, who's had a really good playoffs, and Cole Lind. Couple members of the Kraken in that offense. Defensively, holy hell, it is Quinn Hughes with Ryan Pollock, Nate Schmidt alongside Brandon Carlo, and a third pair of Olli Levy with Jet Wu. Oh, no. Goaltender is Mikey DiPietro, as a .915 in 18 appearances so far. Lane Wisniewski is behind him. Healthy scratches of Nikita Zaitsev, Garnet Hathaway, and Noah Juleson. I do not expect us to have the advantage, despite us winning more games in the regular season. I do not expect us to have the advantage in the series in general and in terms of the ratings. And we tied them in offense. We have a slightly worse defense, and we actually have better goaltending. Who would have thought? There you see, for the first time ever, the Stanley Cup Final patch on the jersey, 4-1 Nico Hischier. This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. And ultimately, I mean, I don't know if this is the main event of this series. You know, I'd like to see, obviously, if we could get back. I'd love to see if we could do that, but we are incredibly close. Incredibly close indeed to NHL 22. We are on the horizon. Of course, the update video was put out by EA yesterday in regards to that like nearly 30-minute video of gameplay. So check that out if you haven't already, because they also mixed in some updates. I'm just going to give them the Sweden mask, I think, maybe. Well, not here. While I talk about this, let me see if I can find another mask. But yeah, they mixed in certain updates in regards to changes that have been made, questions that people had after the tech test. So I do recommend checking out that particular video. As well, a little bit of self-promotion here. Again, there was an update video on the channel today regarding the Tukey's Take podcast. If you've listened to that at all, I highly recommend you listen to it, because the way the podcast is distributed is slightly changing, like very slightly changing. But yeah, there are some changes coming to the podcast, so I recommend you check that out. And if you haven't checked it out, hey, now's a good time to get on board, admittedly. And of course, as always, like the links to how to listen to the podcast are in the description of every video. As well, you do have the second channel. Again, people keep asking, like, hey, are you doing anything with FIFA, with Madden, with NBA? And yes, the answer is on that second channel. So go check that out and subscribe if you have not already done so. Now that I've gotten through that, we'll just stay with the Sweden mask. It's perfectly fine. And we will get the Stanley Cup Final underway. Let's do this. Game 1, we do have home ice advantage in this series. The Canucks against the Europeans elite, plus Australia every once in a while, and maybe China, based off of this upcoming draft. Who's to say? First period of Game 1, and a 2-1 lead for the Canucks. Mason Shaw and Brock Besser on the power play. Semyonov scores our opening goal. Very fitting that it was him in this series, also on the power play. Second period, goal apiece. Nils Höglander and Glebov scores as we continue to have to battle from behind here. Unfortunately, this isn't an ideal start. The goaltending, obviously, you see the shots, hasn't necessarily been great. Pettersson makes it 4-2. Come on. Hedl makes it 4-3. We've been playing from behind this entire game. Carlo makes it 5-3, and needless to say, we might have to reconsider things in goal. 5 goals on 22 shots. Simply unacceptable in a Stanley Cup Finals game. 3 goals is often enough to win. It wasn't on this occasion. So that is very, very concerning. I don't know if you can chalk that up necessarily to the team defense. Obviously, we don't really have the stats to go off of that. All we know is that the goaltending was less than spectacular. I feel like we have to give Dostal one more chance. If he cannot get a win in this game, I don't know if we bring him back. Dostal gets a chance in game number 2. Let's see what he can do. Can he steal back this starting job for the Stanley Cup Final? First period, scoreless. 10 saves on 10 shots, not bad. Second period, we have the lead. Martin Ferk, 19 of 19 for Dostal so far. So we go to the third period, up by 1, and Pettersson ties it. You knew that was coming. I mean, we weren't going to be able to hold off that offense for the entirety of a game. I'd be shocked if we could get a shutout in this series. It's a winnable game, though. This time out, our goaltender gave us a chance to win. Now it's up to the offense to get the job done. Vancouver power play goes to waste. We have 2 minutes left in regulation, and in game 2, we will be going to overtime, unfortunately. So that is a little bit disappointing, if I'm being honest, but we still have a chance to win this game. While it is the Stanley Cup, and while I would love to jump in and watch this play out, but yeah, I think we're just going to go for it. So here we go. Overtime, game 2, nearly a must-win. Power play for the Canucks, and they score. Pettersson gets both goals. And boy, what an unfamiliar situation here. Vancouver up 2-0, winning winning the first 2 games. Granted, it wasn't at home. That's a 2011 reference because I'm sad. Outscored 7-4. Dostal did give us a chance to win. But I can't say that I'm not disappointed. Kampf, no points and a -1. Okay. Kukin and Kempny have actually gotten a little bit better, I think. Kukin's still a -4. Kempny's a -3. Okay. I think we're abandoning ship on that initial strategy. I think we have to. Kuhnhackl, Furk, David Kampf, despite scoring for the Leafs last night. For Hilbert, McInnes, and Jasek, we're going to go with the youth here. We're also going to send down Michael Raffl. I don't really know if we have a go-to for another young player. Riley might not be good enough. The other alternative is Matt Zuccarello. Let's go for Riley. Screw it. I don't really care about overalls. You could call this sabotage, but maybe we will go with Zook. Maybe we will. I think we will. Sorry to Riley. Let's go with Matt Zuccarello. He's had an interesting history on this team. Glebov. Whoops, I wanted to look at the stats there, game. 7 points in 19 games hasn't been horrible. So let's go best lines. And then defensively, honestly, we're not done. We're not done here. It might be abandoning ship a little bit too early, but we just lost both games at home to start. Kempny and Kukin are going to be out. Bebko will come back up. And from there, it's kind of a tough call, if we're being honest. But I'm leaning towards Galvis at 25 years old to maybe, just maybe, step into this lineup and make something happen. Is it worth these wholesale changes? I don't know. But we are certainly going to try. We're going to try. So let's get Stützle, Hischier, and Pasternak rolling again. That second line will stay the same. Definitely want Tatar on the third line. Glebov fits on either line. Zook is actually better for the fourth. Jasek or Jasek, however it is pronounced, I apologize, is better for the fourth, as is Hilbert. Cool. So we basically have our run there. Yep, there we go. So that fourth line will be Hilbert, Jasek, and Zook. And then that third line is going to be McInnes, Glebov, Tatar. It's still solid. It's certainly not a pushover of a lineup. Dostal will get the chance here. I know he's winless in 3 games, but he really did put up a good fight in that last game. So I think it is for the best that he starts in Game 3. But we really, really, really need to see that home team losing trend. We need to battle back here. First period, 2-0. There we go. Great start. Pasternak and Stützle. We need those two to show up in a big-time way. Power play goal as well for Pasta. Second period, still 2-0. 15 shots, 15 saves. Dostal is playing really well. But can we hold on? There's still a long way to go. And with that offense that they have at their disposal, this isn't over until the final horn. And thankfully, I think we're going to hold on, and we do. I said I'd be shocked if we got a shutout in this series. Well, here we are. 24 of 24. Lukas Dostal finally shows up in a big-time 2-0 win. Mikey DiPietro was solid, but Dostal was better. And again, now through 3 games, the home team has yet to win. I still view this as a must-win game, as the AHL team is now down 3-2. They had nearly lost in 5. They're going to have to battle back, which is pretty surprising. It's game number 4 against the Canucks. First period, good start for Vancouver. Victor Olofsson, I believe, his first goal of this series. Second period, oh God, it's 3-1. Pedersen and Berchke. Pasta got our lone goal so far. The goaltending just can't shut him down. We go to the third. Down by 2. The offense needs to explode. And now they really need to explode. Pettersson scores again. Have we met our match? Have we met our match in the conference final? Or the conference final, the cup final. And it looks like we have. Extended power play completely goes to waste. 4-1. Your final score. Vancouver 1-1 away from the cup. And we are 1 loss away from a real big disappointment. Damn, man. Damn. You got to figure what they've had 11 goals in 4 games, and we've had what 6, 7. Yeah, I think it's 11-7 in terms of the scoring in the series so far. I don't know what to do at this point. You know, I don't know what to do. I don't know if there's anything that we can do. Kasich still has just that 1 goal. Hilbert with 3 points and a -2. I just don't know if we have it here. Damn, man. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we can do. I'm going to swap Pasternak and Semyonov, maybe. Let's put Voracek and Semyonov with Hischier, Stützle, and Hedl with Pasternak. And we'll see what happens. That's the best I got. Maybe we'll put Bebko with Seider, Ledbedev with Galvis. Parich is going to be our starting goalie. When in doubt, go to the guy that got you here. It's game number 5. Will the Vancouver Canucks be crowned Stanley Cup champions right here and right now? First period, 2-1. Hilbert scores, but then it's Jet Wu and Rocco Grimaldi, and that's just the difference here. They're getting performances out of, Grimaldi and guys like that where we're just not seeing it. Second period, it's 5-3. Oh, my God. Semyonov and Hedl score, but then it's Carlo, Pettersson, and Grimaldi again. Barring a miracle, the Vancouver Canucks are going to win this cup in 5 games. That sucks, man. That really sucks. Yeah, we look dead in the water here. No offense to be seen. That's it, man. That's it. I said this might be the finale. Do we even have an alternate? We do. This weird 2K-inspired Sweden, but in white colors. Let's wear it for the first time, and hopefully never again. And here we'll have the Canucks raise the cup in that uniform. Why not? Let's watch this happen. I said that this might be the finale, but I think we might have to have another run at it. It's amazing how losing kind of does that. I mean, a win certainly would have set the stage for maybe ending this series on a big-time high note, but it's not looking like that was to be. We have a minute and 59 seconds to try and score 2 goals here, and I'm simply not holding my breath. Man, this team, we had such a good season, too. That's the disappointment of it. We had such a good season. There's, I guess, the black pad glitch is in effect, but... And there's a tripping call. Well, in case you thought it was over, or didn't think it was over, there you go. We just had such a good season. We finally made it past the second round. We made it past the conference final. Things are looking good. And then we run into Vancouver. And unfortunately... And here I got to make a quick change. Not that it's going to matter at this point, but yeah, unfortunately, I just didn't have enough, man. User strategy adjustment. Let's bump all the way up. I actually just realized these are on default full sim sliders, but that's okay. So yeah, see now if I change it, the AI should adjust, but maybe not. I think even my AI is giving up. Yeah, buddy, you're just going to keep dropping backwards, huh? We have a minute and 20 seconds to get 2 goals. Glad to see there's a real sense of urgency. We're going to have to pull the goalie here on this next rush if we can get it out. Pedersen in front. Great save by Paric, but again, it is just too little too late here. Vancouver's going to win this. Maybe next year is our year. I mean, this team keeps evolving. You know, it certainly evolved this season. I didn't expect when we got rid of some of the veterans that we did that we'd be here right now. Because, yeah, you know, we did get rid of some veterans. I mean, who's to say, right? Like, the big question will be, hey, what if I had kept Martin Necas? I didn't even tell the game to pull the goalie. It did it on its own, so I'm glad the sliders are working. But I guess that'll always be a what if. You know, what if we had Martin Necas? But there's no guarantees if we did that the sim would have gone our way and that we even would have made it to the Cup Final like we did. As Taylor Radish has it. Sidestepping, shot blocked, puck recovered here. 40 seconds to score 2 goals with an empty net. These unis do look better than I thought they would. Puck's dumped in behind DiPietro. Pollock to Olofsson. Just can't get any momentum going. Olofsson looking. Misses wide. 25 seconds to go. And again, we can't break through them. It's 5-on-5 and we're getting decimated. Colin Blackwell ends it. The empty netter. It's 6-3. I don't even remember what the hell we named our mascot. Damn, man. Just damn. Is that a hat trick for Blackwell, or is that just his third? I don't even know if that was his third of the playoffs. I think that's a hat trick for Colin Blackwell. A heartbreaking defeat as they just aren't stopping. Just when you think it can't get worse, it gets worse. It gets worse. 7 goals allowed. Call it 6 if you want to discredit the empty netter. Damn, man. That's it. It's tough to watch a celebration for the other team, but we'll do it. Even though, of course, it's the same celebration we've had in the game for a while now. Damn. I don't have words for that, man. I don't have words for that. It's just... Oh, we got so damn close. So damn close. We actually made it to a Cup Final. Which is more than honestly I thought we'd have time to do. But we got out voodooed. The teams are really close. The old handshake. Will it be Matt Zuccarello's last game? It'll probably be his last game with the team, but perhaps the last game in general. Maybe a bit too much line, you know, switching up. I can agree with that, but like I said, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's just the strategy of, you know, what situation do you go with? When do you pull the plug on that and switch it up? It's always been a constant debate here on this channel. The moves you make and when you make them, if it looks like things aren't exactly going to go your way. And I mean, again, we tried the best version of our team we possibly could. We tried veterans, we tried combinations of everything. And unfortunately, we just couldn't really put it together. And it's not as if the team that we had that won Game 7 in the prior round was really all that different from the squad that we sent out there for a decent portion of the series. So, Bo Horvat raises the cup in dead silence. Which again, I don't know if they fixed that, but I'm kind of begging that they have because, you know, what are you going to do? But there it is. Vancouver wins the Stanley Cup. Devastating game for us. A devastating series that might have been, especially again when we have, so little time left before NHL 22 drops. That was our best chance. It's tough to say our top players didn't show up. Semyonov started to struggle, though, a bit more down the stretch, but he is only 21. Jake Voracek turned back the clock. Filipino was really solid. Tatar was pretty good. But a continued sustained presence in the third and fourth lines is where we really struggled. The depth just wasn't there. And defensively, of course, just having to make the change. But the bottom line is, too, we didn't get good enough goaltending. We flat out didn't. And that could certainly lead to changes now. Moving forward in this series. That could certainly lead to some changes. I don't think we're done. I think we'll be back for at least one more season. But for now, that'll do it for this one. Again, feel free to check out everything I mentioned at the start of the episode. And yeah, we'll be back.